What goes into making an offer on a home? While each offer is going to be individually crafted to meet the needs of you as a buyer and the particular home that you're going after, there are a few components that are going to stay the same no matter what property you're offering on. I'm Danny with KNE Realty. Let's break down the process of creating an offer. The first thing that most people think about when making an offer is price. What the heck am I going to offer on this house? The list price that the seller has is the price that they're hoping to get. It may or may not be what that house actually sells for. In reality, it may sell for more or it may sell for less than the list price. When we are deciding on an offer price for you, there are four main things that we take into consideration. The first thing is the specific market data and comparable properties directly around the property that you're interested in. The second is the general market conditions, what's happening overall in the market today. The third is the level of desire that you have for this property. How important is it that we really obtain this property for you? The fourth is your financial situation. And putting those four pieces together, we're going to craft an offer price that's right for you. In addition to your offer price, we're now going to need to include the type of financing you have and your down payment amount. Maybe you are putting 20% down and you're using a conventional loan. Or maybe you are one of our many veteran buyers and you're using your VA benefits and only putting 0% down. Your pre-approval letter is going to outline your down payment amount as well as your loan type. And we will be submitting this with the offer, and it's going to show that you are a well-qualified buyer. Now, maybe you're paying cash for the home, and in this case, you won't have a pre-approval letter. Instead, you're going to be submitting a bank statement or a financial statement that shows you have enough liquid funds to cover the total purchase price as well as the closing costs. The earnest money is the next piece of our offer that we're going to include, and no matter what the purchase price or what type of loan you have, you will need to have an earnest money deposit. Now, this earnest money deposit is going to show the seller that you are serious, and this is also called your good faith deposit. And the amount is usually about 1% as a rule of thumb of the total purchase price. This earnest money at closing will act as a credit towards your final balance that will be owed. Next, we'll include your proposed inspection period, which is usually between 5 and 10 days. During this time, you will order a general home inspection to be performed on the home, and any additional relevant inspections such as septic, well and water, radon, or termite. We've made some other videos specifically regarding the inspection process and repair requests, so please go check those out because there's a lot of really good information in there. Additionally, in the purchase agreement and offer, we're going to outline what's included and excluded from the home. For example, let's say that all the appliances are included in the home that are in the kitchen. However, maybe there's a basement freezer that the seller wants to take with them. So we'll outline that very clearly. As a general rule of thumb, if it takes a screwdriver or a tool to remove from the home, it usually stays. Anything else would be considered personal property and would go with the seller. But again, we'll make sure all that's outlined very well for you. We'll also include our proposed closing date. The closing date is going to take place between 30 and 45 days after the signed agreement. Now, the time difference here is going to be based upon the length of time the lender is going to require to get everything done. Now, if you're doing a cash sale, all of this can happen much quicker because there's no lender involved. And while we're on the topic of closing, we may be offering the seller to have occupancy in the property after you close. And now, why would we do this? Let's say the seller is building a new home and their home is not going to be ready and completed until a month after you close. In this case, we may offer for the seller to stay in the home for 30 days after you close and it becomes yours. So whether you're offering 0 days or up to 60 days, this number is going to be outlined in the contract for you. Appraisals. You've heard the word and maybe you're wondering why we haven't included it yet. The reason is because that language is already built into the way the contract is built. There's nothing that we have to specifically add in addition about the appraisal. With one exception. If you're looking to do something like an appraisal bridge or an appraisal guarantee, we would need to outline that. Also, if there are any specifics that relate to your individual situation, we would outline those as well in the contract. This has been kind of a breakdown of what the overall view of an offer is. So if you have questions, please let us know.